How's that sound again?
I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, so that I would have to give it to. One thing is, another thing too, Batman only fights his hardest when it comes to the city.
That's true.
Captain America would not be threatening a city.
Right.
So what would actually be the cause for Batman to fight him?
Well, that's the thing is that,
they're arguing over whose movies were better.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And then like the reason why Batman threw the first punch was because Captain threw out like Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
He pointed out, he's like, oh, you got rid of the nipples on your suit.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, the truth is it comes down to, I love Batman. I'm a huge Batman fan, but this is not that Batman.
Right. This
is a total re-envision of Batman. Trying to make it more realistic. I do kind of wish that he wasn't such a crybaby. Being a quitter, that actually kind of sucks as a fan. And that was actually my dad's biggest complaint was that he quits, you know,
like he throws in the towel.
Yeah, he throws in the towel, you know, like that's not his Batman either, you know.
Right. And it's like, I understand why they have him, quitting. It's for, it's story.
It's for storyline.
Yeah, it's story purposes. It's, to make it an interesting story. It's showing that, that Batman's human, that he actually can be broken both spiritually and physically. Whereas, and it is kind of not fair because you are comparing a character that is trying to be portrayed more in a realistic setting where you have another character that's very unapologetically a comic book hero.
Oh yeah, I mean they threw out a god already.
Right.
A man in an iron suit.
Well, technically, he's supposed to be like a extra dimensional alien that's far advanced. That it seems like magic to us.
Yeah, no, it's magic.
Yeah,
it's magic.
It's magic.
I call BS when no one else can pick up a hammer and he can. So like, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's like, a computer failsafe, like, oh, I recognize this DNA. Or
I think he just puts his legs into it.
That's the key.
That's the key. So that's what the Hulk made his whole entire mistake.
Yeah, he was just jerking his back.
Yeah.
Major
so yeah,
like
but
really, I mean, just threw his back.
It does come down to the worlds were different, like majorly different.
Right.
If this Batman was actually set in a world that Superman does exist or that Green Lantern does exist
in the comic world,
in the comic world, I think this Batman would have been a little bit different. Yeah. I think this Batman would have been a little bit stronger.
I heard that actually there's rumors going on that this Batman may be in that same universe because of the Justice League movie.
Yes, rumors state at the moment that which. This is where I stated earlier that DC likes to dookie on their movies when they throw out some good stuff.
Correct.
That the Justice League movie, it's going to be having Robin Blake, who, if you guys never watched
that's still rumored though, right?
This is still rumored, but Robin Blake is basically in The Dark Knight Rises. Robin Blake is supposed to be like a mix of all three Robins: Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, and Tim Drake. Robin Blake, Foley, one of the sergeants, keeps calling Robin Blake a hothead, which was Jason Todd kind of persona, where Jason Todd just did anything and everything he wanted. Then kind of like the whole entire Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson was a cop. Robin Blake's a cop, and then the Tim Drake thing is that this Robin Blake character actually does detective work.
Yeah, that would be one thing I would give this if Robin Blake took over the mantle.
He's an actual detective.
He's an actual detective.
Yeah.
But one thing he's got no fighting skills whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, he's got normal police training, maybe a little bit of street smarts.
So yeah, as of right now, the Justice League movie rumored, which I hope this is a rumor because they tried to do multiple Justice League movies. I mean, even one time MTV, I think the MTV production was gonna buy the license for the movie. And
are you serious?
Yeah, this was a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember that. It was going to be MTV.
The Justice League were going to be like kids, basically.
Yeah, the Justice League was going to be kids, and there was going to be no Superman or Batman.
Yeah. But no, this one, I heard that it might tie in with the new Superman movie, The Man of Steel.
That looks good.
Yeah, the original plan with Christopher Nolan and the writer for The Man of Steel, which it's his brother, correct?
I think so.
I believe so.
Yeah, it's his brother, I believe. They originally had a plan to do both movies and then do a final fourth movie for each one of those where Batman goes against Superman. But then Christopher Nolan decided, no, I don't want to do that because this Batman is supposed to be based on the real world. Right. So for him to throw all that away and allow, well, I guess he has no actual right to say what happens and what doesn't happen since WB has the total say of everything. But the Justice League movie, Robin Blake will be the Batman for the Justice League movie. And to me, that just doesn't sound all that great because Robin Blake is not even a real character. He was all three Robins.
Right.
Mixed into
He's
one.
a character that's just created for the film.
Right. Yeah. And
we say this now, but who knows? Like when the movie comes out, they probably might do something to it where it works.
I'm hoping, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I know like the Green Lantern movie got a lot of negative feedback. I enjoyed the Green Lantern just for enjoyment purposes. I'm not saying it was a great movie, but it had some pretty cool action and
it was entertaining.
It was entertaining. I was entertained throughout the whole entire movie. I'm not I like Green Lantern. I'm not like deep into him, but I know enough about Green Lantern. I read enough about Green Lantern. He's a fun character, and Ryan Reynolds, they probably. I mean, I love the actor. I think there could have been better choices for.
Yeah, he took me out of the movie.
Yeah, I think there could have been better choices for the Green Lantern. But overall, I thought the movie was okay. But it just comes down to WB likes to make awesome movies, and then just kind of toss them to the wind after they do it. Like they I don't know. I can't explain it. They just kind of like, hey, let's make some really good movies. And then let's make some crappy ones and then make some really good ones again. I mean, if you guys notice that they've been doing that, like the original, the first two Supermans.
Yeah, but I don't think they go in there with the intention of making a crappy movie.
What I think it is,
I don't think they're like, this movie, it's definitely going to be bad. That way, this movie looks better.
No, this is where they're going in with, is they're thinking about the money. Right. And they're not really worrying about the writing itself. They're thinking like, now, this is the big thing.
I heard with Green Lantern that it had went through several different writers, and what had happened is that the original script was a lot better than the script that we got for the film, and that basically the reason why the film went through so many different changes is because the studio doesn't know what the audience wants.
Well, that's what it comes down to. And it like
we're getting off topic.
We're
getting way off topic.
Yeah, but it's just coming down to this new Justice League movie, and then if they're going to extend this Batman thing out.
We're getting off topic.
Well, I mean, we finished the fight, correct?
No, we didn't. We didn't determine
we
who
just,
won.
we just determined the range. Who got the range?
No,
and the X Factor.
No, we went through all 3 rounds.
We went through all 3 rounds.
We went. Well, we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't determine a winner though.
Yeah,
okay, well, let's determine the winner.
Captain America.
We did get way off topic.
Yeah,
we did.
So
good job, Joseph.
With the whole will and the fact that so far we haven't seen Captain America lose a fight.
No.
Where we have seen Batman lose fights.
Oh, multiple times.
And then the fact that it is kind of Captain America's advantage is that he is so close to his comic book counterpart, as to oppose Batman, who's very much a character that's designed to be in the real world. So I say Captain America.
Yeah,
I say it would be a good fight.
Yeah, it would be a decent fight. I can't say it would be the greatest fight. It's just a decent fight. I'm sure there can be way better matchups out there. But since right now this is what's out. This is what's out for both DC and Marvel for the most part. Captain America is a much better fit towards the Batman because seriously, you can't throw Iron Man at Batman.
Right.
What is he gonna do? You can't throw Thor or Hulk at Batman. So
you could possibly maybe toss in like Black Widow or Hawkeye.
That would, but
it's kind of insulting.
But the thing is with those characters is that they're not the status of Cap, Thor, Hulk. They're Iron Man. They're
top tier.
They're not the top tier.
Yeah, like honestly, like you'd probably need both Black Widow and Hawkeye against just Batman.
And then it would be a better fight. Yeah. But if we're trying to pull from the top tier of Marvel, with all the facts given out, Cap is the better choice to go against Batman. But overall, Cap would win. That's just how it comes down to be.
Yeah. Let's talk about what's going on here with our next fights that are going to be coming up, like what we're going to be doing month to month when we're planning on getting these podcasts out. So we're planning on doing these at the end of every month. And I think next month we're going to be doing Aliens. So we're going to be reviewing Aliens Colonial Marines. We're going to talk about Prometheus. And we're going to be talking about a fight between a hive of aliens and
Xenomorphs versus Dutch's platoon from Predator.
Yeah, Dutch's platoon from Predator. And then after that, who knows? So, anyone want to add anything else?
Are we
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, that was your phone.
Let's see here. We have a few websites up.
Yes, for YouTube it is Invasion of the Podcast. So you can just check us up through there. On Facebook, I believe it's by the same name, Invasion of the Podcast, and on Twitter,
It's the same thing, at Invasion of the Podcast.
Invasion of the. It is.
Yeah, if you go on Twitter, you go the little @ Invasion of the Podcast. It'll go to our.
I just
Twitter
want to make
account.
sure.
You have to be mean about it, JP. I mean,
No, I just
I
want
want to
to
be specific. You know what? Because the first time someone said, "Yeah, my Twitter's at whatever," like, what the hell is he talking about? I know it's at Twitter, and then it's that little A sign. That's what it is. That's from a celebrity. I watched it on Ellen the other day, and I'm like, "What's this guy talking
you
about?"
just admitted you watch Ellen.
It's a sweet show.
Ellen's funny. don't try to hate on Ellen.
I know, that's on my DVR. I mean, no, it's not.
So
We can edit that, right?
if you want to Twitter us, maybe give us some suggestions for fights in the future.
Any comments about the fights that we had?
Yeah,
today?
maybe we left out some kind of thing, that would actually sway it in Batman's favor more.
Or JP's hate mail.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure you definitely add in JP hate mail.
Yeah,
And keep in mind that
Why
he's
am I the hate mail?
Because
He's,
I'm gonna
French
be sitting the
Canadian.
first one.
So yeah,
Oh, we're not doing this live because no Twitter updates already.
No, this is recorded.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
We should just let him believe it was live.
No, yeah.
All right, so
Okay,
signing
so
off.
I think that's about it. And everyone have a good night, whatever time of the day you're watching this or listening to this.
Or good morning.
Yeah.
Or good afternoon.
And this is Invasion of the Podcaster signing off.